In today's video, we're going to kind of put all these pieces that we've been working on, putting the new stereo capable jack plate on the EV loaded cab, putting the new pickups in the 7-string, the new Eddie Wong Hadron 112 as the dry cabinet, the Seymour Duncan Power Stage 700 stereo powering the EV 12Ls that are the wet cabinets, incorporating the Eddie Wong Polaris head, a reactive load, and an Axe-Fx 3 for all of the pre and the post effects. What I've got down here is a FC12 with a couple expression pedals. This is powered and communicates via a single XLR, which is extremely convenient. We've got our new Seymour Duncan 7-string 59 in the bridge and a 7-string jazz humbucker in the neck position in this really fun D-Armond by Guild. Let's get a pick out. Now it's going to get a little noisy. I've got it loud here. Vertical 212. I'm miking these with 57s. An E906 on the Hadron 112 cab. Let's turn this thing on. So I've got the wet delay, a multi-tap delay, which is kind of running the Andy Timmons Halo preset, and there's a reverb all running in parallel, kill dry, and they're after the amp. And I've got basically a master blend, so here's all the way down, so this is my minimum setting. Will be in the neck humbucker. So it's still definitely got some wet in there, but with that dry cabinet, you cut through so much more. So we'll increase that wetness to the maximum setting. This sounds so massive. Let's play around adding the compressor, maybe gaining it up, and then we'll do kind of wobbly things. We've got dual detune. We've got a pretty epic tri-stereo chorus type of thing going on. We have a Univibe, and then of course our rotary. The Univibe is in front of the amp, so is the drive and the compressor, but tremolo, detune, chorus, phaser, rotary, and all the wet effects are all after the head. So let's engage the bridge pickup, and then we'll kick on the compressor and then the drive. compressor on, and let's play around with these wet effects. Let's start with the chorus. That's the rotary and the chorus together. Let's listen to the dual D tune. We'll start in the middle position. that was all the wet effects stacked on top of each other. And there's still that clarity because you have the dry cab. You can get really insane, but it's still usable. And it really allows for further expression, with all these fucking effects that we have everywhere. We want to be able to use them. And the reality is, if it's so affected you can't hear the core notes that you're playing, then it's not really usable. This really allows you to have as much fun as you want, get as weird and wild as you want, and still be able to retain the dry signal and have all the wet on just a totally separate cab. If you're sitting in front of a house, you've got a wet mix that's totally separate. I think the flexibility is really overlooked. This is a pretty crazy rig. A little slightly impractical, but not so much so as the dual 412s for the wet cabinets. This is more realistic. Like, this is kind of like 2 amps, about the size of 2 amps, and a medium large pedal board, but this has like everything on tap. I think there's even room, to kind of go up with maybe a backup head. It sits here. That would mean dual reactive loads, but that means we could also potentially do stereo dry and stereo wet. Could do stereo dry, mono wet. There's so many options just like in this self-contained little thing. And it just sounds so fucking massive, especially the neck pickup. Like this 7-string jazz, like I love a jazz neck pickup. It's pairs so nicely with the 59 here. It's not too much like of a big jump. They're really balanced. Again, all that clarity, and it's just got like some girth to it with that low B string. And the EVs can handle, again, and the Redback high wattage speakers, they can handle that low end a little bit without farting out completely. And it makes it sound big, but again, without totally stepping on like the bass frequencies. You definitely can. So that's something to watch out here. But, maybe this with a drum and maybe organ, keys, like that would be a massive sounding trio. Could really cover a lot of ground. Maybe there's something to that in the future. Thanks for going with me on this journey, kind of putting this whole rig together, making this cab even more flexible. We're going to dive in to the Hadron cab and the secrets that it keeps under the hood. As always, links down in the description below. Do the things. Until next time, I've been Colin. Okay. Can't believe I had to reshoot that.